In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at more geometric figures and incorporating algebra and um, looking at the figures and looking at the angles of the figures and being able to figure out each angle measure in them. So in number one, we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. We have A, B, and C, D cut by a transversal, and we got two angles here that are labeled with algebraic expressions. We have this one up here and this one down here. These are alternate exterior angles. So I'm just going to abbreviate. Alternate exterior angles are congruent, meaning they are the same angle measures. So to create our algebraic expression, basically we're going to set them equal to each other. 6x minus 4 or equals 4x plus 36. Then we're going to solve for x. So we get 2x is 36. Divide both sides by 2, and we get x is 18. All right. Now, once you're done figuring out what x is, you got to plug it back in to see what the angle measure is. So 6 times 18. 6 times 18 is 108. So that means this angle measure is 108 degrees. That means this is also 108 degrees because they are congruent. That means the other obtuse angles are also 108. So we have two angle measures. We have 108 degrees, and the other one we have to figure out, which is 180 minus 108, which is 72 degrees. So those are my two angle measures in my diagram. Okay, this is 72, this is 72. They're vertical, 72, 72, and the other ones are 108. So basically, we're just finding the two angle measures depending on whether the two labeled angles are congruent or they might be supplementary. So let's look at the next one. We have two angles that are on a line. So instead of setting them equal to each other, we're going to add them to 180. So we have 4x plus 18 plus 2x plus 18 is 180. Combine like terms, 4x and 2x is 6x. 18 plus 18 is 36. Minus 36 from both sides. So we get 144. Divided by 6. We get our x is 24. Plug it back in. So you get 4 times 24 plus 18, which is 114. So this is going to be 114 degrees. And that means the other one should be 66. But let's double check. 2 times 24 plus 18 is 66. So the other angle is right here, 66 degrees. All right. So my two angle measure, all the obtuse angles are going to be 114. And all the acute angles are going to be 66. Those are my two angle measures, 66 degrees and 114. So when you're doing these problems, first figure out when you have two lines cut by a transversal if the angles are supplementary. If that's the case, you add those expressions up to equal 180, solve for x, plug them back in. Or if they're congruent, if they're the same measure. So you would then set the expressions equal to each other, solve for x, plug them back in to find the two angle measures. All right, so those are your two different options. If you have questions in class, let me know.